Hello, MicheleMarieDalene. It's MicheleMarieDalene. Today, of course, is another video, and I wanted to. I actually had another video in this morning, or this afternoon, or actually just about an hour ago, and it unfortunately didn't save. And then I realized that maybe Mother God didn't want me to send it out, so. Today's video, we're going to talk about something that is, statistics. Now, for those of you who do not know, that you can download, from Google, the dashboard, program. And this program gets you a variety of statistics. And I wanted to talk about some of the main statistics. In the last 48 hours, estimated, we have had 70 views of our videos. That's not bad. 70 views. Real time, last published videos, I don't need to see all that. Time to get down to business. I had the most popular vote, 5. Next to the U.S. economy is a disaster, which had 8 viewers. So, of course, the watch time videos in the last 28 days was 2,964 minutes. In the last 28 days, there has been a total of 1,007 minutes. 1,007 viewers in all of my videos. Average view duration, this is the numbers. I really kind of seriously wonder where they come up with these figures. The last average view duration is 2.56 is a minute. Okay. Versus last period, that's 28 days before that, was 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Total estimated income for this period, the last 28 days, is 2 cents. What? You guys can't click a little more? Come on. Give me a break. Okay. Subscribers, last 28 days, we have seen an increase. And we are... Watch time from subscribers is only 5.1%. Whereas from the unsubscribed use, that's people who don't really subscribe, it's 94.9%. Top videos is still time to get down to business. Watch time is 148 minutes. Use your TTD with your cell phone 140 minutes. Alright, I'm not going to go into all the details. Let's go down. This is what I wanted to find out. I found this interesting. And it's that as I go through these numbers here, the traffic source is primarily the YouTube videos. Time external sources is Google search. Facebook is 27.3%. Google Plus is only 2.3%. And top 2 search terms, I don't need to go in here. And now, let's go into some more interesting ones here. If we go to the audience numbers, and I want to talk about this because it's really interesting. Most of my viewership is male, which is not surprising, 61.2% versus the female of 38.8%. That's from the last 28 days. Age breakdown, the two groups that seem to peak for me, and the highest of the two is the 25 to 34 and the 45 to 54. And you would think that something in between the period would be, for some reason it doesn't. The 35 to 44 group doesn't seem to have a lot of viewership. Wonder where that is. Now, here's the cool thing. Okay, now, the first one I'm not surprised about. Top countries viewing my video is United States at 63%. New Zealand is at 21.3%. France is 2.1%, which is amazing. Canada is 1.9%, and the United Kingdom is 1.9%. Okay, now I wanted to talk about that because I thought that was interesting. Because France, my videos are not in French, so how were you guys managing to keep up with the English? And happens to be that France is also home of my contemporary counterpart over there in France, Marine Le Pen. It turns out that she is indeed my contemporary. We happen to have very similar issues between the two countries, and they're different countries, but the problems are the same regarding illegal immigrants and Syrian refugees. So, yes, we have a lot in common. I had a larger video in, but for some reason I didn't get a chance to show it to you because, like I said, some reason it didn't get saved. Oops. Shit happens. Okay. Maybe it was better anyway, because it was always a little bit long. But what I wanted to remind you is, for the price of one of these, you can donate something to our videos to help us to continue operating our videos. I could really use your help because they're not free. I mean, you might think it's free. You'll watch them for free, right? But they cost money. I have to pay the cable. I have to pay the internet service provider to pick up the video streams and then send them out to YouTube, and that's $54 a month. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And another thing too is that there's a lot of planning and preparation that goes in before I go on camera. It may not seem like it, but there is. I'm always thinking ahead of time, what am I going to say on camera, even if I don't have a script or a teleprompter, because I don't. I have, there are certain materials that I really would like to bring up in a certain topic, and that's why I brought up the statistics, because I thought they were very interesting. As far as the 2 blocks of viewership, I have to admit, I find it fascinating that there's a big deficit in between on the 35 to 44 age. Where are you guys? I mean, it's just interesting. Next week, I'm going to be getting my hair done, retouched again, and because I know it grows out really fast, especially when it's winter time comes. My summer time is when my hair really grows fast, but winter time, my hair grows too, and it grows out not as quick, but it does grow out, and you can see it's a lot longer than it used to be. But unfortunately, I have suffered unduly because of stress in the last few months, and it's been difficult to get things done. I have to admit that I don't have any backup nets, or I can't go ahead and ask for a cash infusion from a bank because my credit score stinks. This month is certainly not going to be an easy month. So any donations I can get from you is going to help to defray the operating costs. I'm going to keep working on them. I'm going to try my best to keep the videos going and everything. But you guys, you really should know that I'm also going to still need your help no matter what happens. And at the end of these videos, almost always, there's usually a list of places you can send the money donations to. And I really can tell you right now, I could really appreciate that help because, it gets really expensive to do these. They're not free. Despite what they may have told you and, some strangers have ways of saying strange things like these videos are free and all that. No, they're not free. They cost a lot of money to make them. And I like doing it, but I would appreciate sometimes if people... However, this is one piece of statistic I would love to have seen. But Google doesn't have it. Is income. How much money is most of my audience got? I got a feeling it is pretty mixed. I don't think it's going to be... it might be a lot of people who have part-time jobs that are, watching these videos on their phones. And I think I can find out the most popular way to watch them. If that's not a statistic on the Dashboard app, I'm sure I can find it from some other source. That'll tell me where is most popular viewing mechanism. I got a feeling that the phone is your portable cell phone, like an Android or iOS phone, is probably going to be the most popular. Where computers, not quite as popular. But that just proves one thing. If you guys can afford to buy a phone and subscribe to a service with internet, would it really be so hard to put $1, into PayPal? Or into GoFundMe? Or to Patreon? It really would help a lot to maintain the site. Alright, so what's the next topic? What about my eyes? Okay, now I did this video earlier, and unfortunately enough, as I said, the camera did not record it. So my right eye is showing. It's kind of funny because, in one sense, it's showing. If I look in the periphery, I can see a little bit better than I can in the center. It's almost like the center of my eye. My right eye, it's got a thicker cataract than on my periphery. Before it used to be the whole eye. So I think that we're going to see... definitely I think so. I don't know if I was just so hard to catch it. The sight definitely is kind of blotchy in my right eye. And it's doing better because I can sort of see my pupil now when I look at my eye in the mirror. So that's still a start in the right direction. Okay? And of course my left eye is doing fine. Of course, like I said, this is my third video for today. The first video I did was a test video that just the white balance, so it'd be closer to more of a natural look. I like the bluish look, but unfortunately that's not appropriate by the SMPTE specs. So, and for those of you who do know me, know that I try to, keep things by standards. So, in fact, it's not funny, because when you look at, in the U.S., and NTSC TV, right, there's a color control, there's a tint control, there's a brightness, and a contrast. And even though I turned the white balance a little bit towards the blue, you're going to probably try to go, oh man, the color's messed up, I gotta go adjust the tint control again. No, you don't. And I'm sorry about that. That's one nice thing about PAL, is PAL doesn't require a tint control. But the problem is you're not necessarily watching this on the live terrestrial broadcast from a studio that's broadcasting in PAL to a television that's watching in PAL. So you're gonna, it's going through all these translations, and of course, eventually it's gonna end up on American TV. So then, of course, you're gonna turn to take control this way or that way. It's good. Again, but I miss the picture. It always does, and that's the reason my mom and dad. My mom always said, "Thou shalt not mess with thy tent control." Because it always gets to be so problems. You always start seeing people looking like they were really too red or too green. Because it's just what tint affects is the red and the green. It actually affects the timing of the signal. Okay. So it's not really red and blue. It's red and green. Alright. But no matter what, I have to tell you, I'm really just a little bit disappointed that today Dory was supposed to come up with the money she showed me, and she didn't come up with it. And I told her, I said, you got until the 6th, which is Saturday, to come up with it, or I'm going to terminate your service. And it's not because I'm trying to be a mean person. It's just that I have to basically put my foot down because you made an agreement with me, and that you have, if you don't come through, I'm not going to sit there and let you to think that you can always do that. That's not the way it works, okay? Donald Trump was the same way. He says, if you're delinquent, I'm not going to sit there and tolerate, you never making excuses. I'll pay you Saturday for cell phone today. And I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. You agreed on an amount of money, and you said you were going to pay me, and I gave you a reasonable period of time to do it. So if you don't do it on the 6th of August, and if I don't go ahead and keep up with my agreement with consequences on your behalf, you're going to think you're going to get away with it forever. It's not going to work that way. Because it's really, really not fair to me. But if you go through with the money in time, that's great. I'll accept that. But you got to come through with the money before the 6th. She usually comes in on a Saturday, or usually on a Friday night. Sometimes Thursday night. So if she comes through with Thursday night and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, the dog ate my money," well, guess what? Snip. Bye-bye. I have to, because I gotta. That's the money that she owes me. I gotta use that to pay for this month's bill, because for some reason, T-Mobile is. When I ported my number from the prepaid to the postpaid plan station, they said that the end date of the prepaid plan, which is the 22nd, would become the end date of my postpaid plan. It doesn't work out too well for me because, I set up the service on the beginning of the month of July, right? All of a sudden, I'm seeing a due date at the 22nd of the month. I'm like, what is this? Well, that's technically when you started your prepaid service. But I started up the new postpaid on this, on the 5th. Sorry, I said the way it works. But we'll make arrangements. And, here's the thing. I don't want to keep having to make payment arrangements. Okay? I want to make sure that I am not delinquent in my bills. Okay? No excuse. I don't like to be delinquent. I don't like being delinquent. It makes me feel like I'm a failure. And it makes me feel like I'm a deadbeat. And I'm not. And I've always busted my butts to try to keep current on the bills. But I also gotta admit, I don't like working with deadbeats. Okay? I know some people who deliberately are deadbeats here, just sit there and make excuses like Wimpy. Excuse me, I'll pay you blank for Tuesday for something today. Excuse me, it doesn't work that way. Okay? It can't work that way. It makes no economic sense. You're gonna bury me in promissory notes, right? And I gotta go ahead and I gotta give them the real notes called dollars. It doesn't make sense to me to keep going like that. It's just not logical. And I know Mr. Spock and Star Trek would agree with me. All right. Today I wanted to, like I said, I just checking on my emails on my phones here. No message. At least nothing that needs my immediate attention. First of all, it's let's talk about the weather for the next few days. It's gonna be in the mid to upper 20s. It's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be pretty nice. It might be a little bit rainy, but temperature wise, it's gonna be quite hospitable and quite comfortable, and that's a great thing. I'm really looking forward to that. Now the September, October, November, December. From right now to September, it looks like the temperatures. Well, of course, it's midsummer, starting to cool down now. Okay, and right now the temperatures outside is pretty decent. I don't have a problem with that. But this winter it could be very cold, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm really keyed up about that. It's going to be nice and cold this winter. That's from several meteorologists who have said that based on what they see about the sun's solar activity, that it's going to be cold. You know what I'm going to tell you? I am really looking forward to this winter. Really, I'm looking forward to this winter. But I'm also told you for months, if not years, that you need to start planning ahead for the fact that there's climate change. We're already seeing crop failures all over the globe because the weather has not been conducive for growing crops. It's either been too cold, too wet, in some cases too dry. It's not conducive to crops. And we're seeing a lot of money being lost and a lot of shortage of food. Let me just tell you this. Adapt 2030. David Byrne there has been bringing this stuff up, and I've been reading his reports. And it's not getting better, and it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And the worst thing is that these companies have got to start, especially agribusiness. Agribusiness has got no excuse for this. The small mom and pop farms, I'll give a little more leeway because of investment and capital and funds and things like that. But the big farms are not planning ahead for climate change to be global cooling. They're all worried about global warming. Global warming, in fact, even the UK has said it's a bunch of bollocks. Okay, I agree with the UK on it. It's a bunch of bollocks. They said, screw this global climate change crap. We're going to take the people from that division and we're going to give it to the divisions that are real serious issues like the Syrian immigrants, the immigration concerns. I appreciate that they're being honest. And in fact, they've even publicly stated in a news article. But the thing is that while everybody else is sitting there saying is, oh, we are responsible for all climate change. And they're like, when you say with the sun, they go, no, the sun's not involved. Excuse me? The sun certainly is involved. What is the thing that produces most of the energy that's on our planet? It's the sun. And also the sun stored energy called fossil fuels. You're going to tell me that the sun, which has been less radiation energy going towards the earth, is not affecting climate? It certainly is, because we still depend on the sun to grow crops. I mean, sure, if we're growing food in the greenhouse, it doesn't affect us, right? We just turn on more artificial light. But that's not the case. Even the greenhouses. Even the greenhouse operators will tell you the same thing. The sun, the big ball of fire in the sky, is still a major factor of greenhouses, because they use that sunlight through the translucent material to keep the greenhouses warm. Okay? So if you don't have sun, that means they have to supplement it with artificial light and artificial heat. That's going to cost more money. They don't want to spend it. Okay? But the big agribusinesses, ConAgra comes to mind, should be investing in alternatives to standard crops to make sure that they don't have a shortage of wheat, corn, barley, alfalfa, sorghum, oats. And because those things are going to be affected because the temperatures are going to start dropping globally. Unless you want to start moving your crops, say, in the United States down to Mexico. Or the Southwest. It's not going to help the Midwest. And it's not going to help the northern states. The Northeast, the Midwest, northern Midwest, or even the West Coast, Northwest. These places are going to see the most effective damage to their crop yields because the temperatures are dropping. So why aren't these people planning ahead? Because they're still listening to the bullshit from the IPCC. Okay? Anyway, had you ever hear that this is, we're talking about bullshit-orama. Have you ever heard that John Kerry on Change.org is saying that we should physically remove and violently destroy the air conditioners in our Department of State offices, even the ones that we rent? I don't think the landlord of the buildings you rent from are going to be too happy with you physically ruining and damaging their HVAC systems. What have you been smoking? If you don't want to spend money on air conditioning, don't turn the fucking thing on. You don't want to have AC in your cars? Fine, then don't buy cars with it. But if you got air conditioners in cars, leave them the fuck alone. Period. Same thing if you're renting a spot. If you own a building, you want to have no air conditioning, fine. You don't put air conditioning in. But if you're renting a business space, you leave the building alone unless the landlord says it's fine. You can physically damage his property. I don't think most landlords are going to let you do that. Even under a commercial lease. Sorry, it will still kiss your lease. Goodbye. I shall evict you now for structural damage to my property. What a stupid argument. Yeah, what it really comes down to is John Kerry's top mind is we don't want to leave it in the air because we've got too many fucking employees who'll turn the air conditioning on. And run up our electric tab. That's not their fucking fault. You don't like it, don't run building air conditioning. You don't want to rent property? Then build your own fucking building. Without the air conditioning. Period. People like me don't need air conditioning to when it's really hot just to manage to survive. You know, we would appreciate being able to go into a cool office. Especially with 99 to 100% relative humidity, temperatures 25 or 29, 30 degrees Celsius out there and higher. We need that air conditioning. But you know what? Do whatever you want. Okay? It doesn't seem like John Kerry has half a brain anyway. And don't sign this change.org petition because all you're doing is encouraging him to do stupid bullshit. I'd like to see a counter petition. And I'm sure, I bet a lot of the Department of State employees probably would sign it. Saying this, We don't want no one to touch the fucking air conditioners. We need them, especially for really hot days. But if we can turn them down or turn them up to warmer temperatures during the cooler days. And second of all, as long as the HCFCs or HFCs or CFCs, yeah, because some of the older systems still have CFCs, okay? Chlorofluorocarbons. They still have them in air conditioners, okay? I'm going to say right now, there's nothing wrong as long as the gas stays in the machine. But once you start doing stupid shit like damaging pipes and stuff, she's going to let the gas out. And then that requires special disposal procedures to do it right. So, I have an air conditioner that has CFCs. I have an air conditioner that has HFCs. If you ask me which one gets colder, it's the one that's got the CFCs in the bedroom. They're still about the same number of BTUs, but the one in my bedroom gets a fucking lot colder than this one does. That's in here. And this has got the HFCs. The one in the bedroom has CFCs. My bedroom has, what is it, R22 or something? So it gets really cold in there. But, don't mess with it and just leave it alone. And if you run out of the refrigeration, whatever reason, that means it's time to go ahead and consider replacing it. John Kerry is a jerk. He's not thinking. Okay? It's the same thing with all the other people intergovernmental panel climate change. It's the same thing. They always come up with bullshit. The facts are not even in your favor, and yet you keep saying that everything is climate change or global warming. It's not. Global warming is over. Over. It's done. Finita. The fat woman has sung her last note. There's no more. And yet, you guys still think climate change and global warming is still going on? You guys are so delusional, it's hilarious. Alright, for now, there's the deal. I'm going to let you go because it's late. I didn't originally plan to do a third video in a row. Hopefully this one will be saved. I'll get this one out the door. I'm going to be getting my hair done next week. I also got to go down to get blood work on Wednesday morning and get that done with. And hopefully when I go to the doctor, my doctors, hopefully I'll find out my weight has dropped. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, I feel a lot skinnier now than I did before. So, and for right now, for this month, I got the bill for the time being under control. But it's only a Band-Aid. It can't keep going like this forever. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on trying to straighten out all these things. But if you can make a donation to Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, I would love it really a lot because it will help to defray operating expenses. And like I told you, statistic-wise, there is no reason out of the 149 of you that we can't gain or get ahead. It certainly is possible. We can get ahead. And all you have to do is just say, yes, I'll make a one-time donation for the price of one Cumberland Farms soda or one Cumberland Farms coffee. If every single one of you made $1 donation, we could be out of the hole for 1 month. If you guys can make a 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever donation, we could be out of the hole for months. Months plural. You guys hate pledge breaks? So do I. But you know what? This isn't free. These videos cost money. And every single video I do because I love doing them, but that doesn't mean that they're free. Because they're not. Alright guys, listen. I'm going to let you go, and I will talk to you soon. So for now, I'm going to see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get a video in the soup kitchen. And have a nice night, guys. Okay? Bye-bye.